My name is Curtis Cox. I'm the Deputy Police Chief in Guilderland, and thank you all for coming out today to cover this. I would also like to publicly thank the Westmere Fire Department for allowing us to hold this in here. I know with the inclement weather out there, this was a good spot for us to do this. This afternoon around 4 o'clock, the Guilderland Police Department received several calls for shots fired inside Crossgates Mall by the Foot Locker. Units were immediately deployed to the mall, including our mall officers. We immediately started to clear the mall, received quite confident information that there was shots fired inside the mall. We had a multi-jurisdictional response. Many agencies from the Capital District responded to the mall to assist us. The clearing of the mall started immediately. I think that is still in progress as we speak. We have no reports of any injuries. We feel that this is an isolated incident. It wasn't a long-duration active shooter event. This was a single incident, it appears, that occurred by the Foot Locker in the mall. We are currently conducting an investigation. I don't have any details on the investigation. It's very early in the investigation. I don't have details on a suspect. We're still trying to piece that together because with many people being in the mall, we want to make sure that we have accurate information, so I'm not prepared to release that information either as we speak. We will have another press briefing probably later on this evening. If we don't have a briefing, we will certainly send out a press release that'll give you an update as to the status of where we are at. Any questions?
How many police officers were involved in the shooting?
I don't have that number right now. We usually have a detail deployed there, and I'm not sure exactly how many were there at the time.
Were there any casings found from rounds?
I wouldn't be able to release that just yet because of it being part of the investigation.
How many shots were fired?
Again, it's the same thing. It's, you know, we have to confirm that when you're inside of an enclosed space, one can sound like 20, so we don't have, I can't give you a definitive answer.
Was there any weapon recovered?
That's the scene's being processed. If there's anything, we certainly will recover it.
Do you think this is another incident of gang violence being brought across the town?
It would be, I wouldn't be able to speculate on that.
Can you walk us through the process that officers had to go through? Obviously, a lot of people sheltered in place. What was the process for making sure people were safe to then leave the mall?
Well, we clear the mall systematically. So if people are sheltering in place, we clear it strategically, and we, as we clear, we get the people out to a safe area so that they can leave the mall. Our primary goal is to make sure that everyone is safe within the mall. So by having the program and the training that we do constantly, when there's an incident like this, we're better prepared, and nobody was hurt today, and it appears that this is going to be a successful conclusion.
Do you know roughly how many people were in the mall?
I don't.
Chief, can you describe the circumstances that led you to believe that there were shots fired and that this was an isolated incident?
Well, oftentimes we get multiple calls, so when people call and describe something, then that can, you know, lead you to better believe what the situation might be occurring. But then there's a process when you start doing the investigation is when you can solidly confirm what the situation is. But that's why I said we felt fairly confident at the beginning that it was a legitimate shots fired call and responded appropriately.
Do you know how many individuals were involved?
I don't have that information right now.
This mall's had issues with violence in the past. I know that recently y'all added that police substation. Is that enough? Does more need to be done?
Certainly, it's challenging when there's circumstances like this. We're constantly reviewing policies, procedures, staffing, deployment. It's an ongoing process, so it can be challenging, and it's something that we address routinely and constantly because it is so dynamic.
Was there officers inside that station at the time of the incident?
I don't know if they were in the station, but I do know they were at the mall.
What led you to believe that this was isolated, that this was not somebody taking shots at people?
The very basic information we get preliminarily when the call came in and the initial officers responding to the scene.
A few years ago, there was a similar incident at the mall. What kind of impact did it have on this response this time?
every incident can be different, but through training, and we trained and we learned from our last incident, after we discussed it after the incident, you're always learning, it's constantly changing. We train all the time, we train with multiple departments, so we feel that we're ready to react, and we reacted appropriately today, and with the help of many, many Capital District police agencies, and we appreciate their support in this as well.
Did basic patrols handle the incident, or did you have the special operations teams come in?
Initially, it was our mall unit, and then initially responses by patrol units, and then surrounding agencies.
Will the mall be open tomorrow?
I'm sorry?
Will the mall be open tomorrow?
Not sure. That would be a question for the mall. Take one last question, because I really don't have any information, and I apologize, but with it being so early on in the investigation, there's things that we have to wait and see to make sure there's confirmation. So I'll take one last question.
Do you think like with any reports that you're getting in now about the reaction of store employees getting people into a safe space, what are you hearing about that? Is that something you're hearing so far in the investigation?
So I haven't heard that, but I can tell you that we have done many training events, training seminars at Crossgates involving the merchants, store employees, the mall management and security. So we constantly train not just ourselves in the response, but we train the public that are manning these stores how to react. So their positive reaction to this and doing what they should do also helps to a successful outcome and where nobody gets hurt.
I have one question. Do you think, following up with that, do you think your training today saved numerous people's lives?
I think that it's part of training to save people's lives, and that's what we do. So I would have to say that the goal was reached today, nobody got hurt, and we trained to do that way, and so today we had a successful outcome. I would just ask, please, that if anybody was in the mall and had seen anything at the time, no matter how minute they feel the detail might be, to please contact the Guilderland Police Department. The number is 518-356-1501. Again, no matter how small you think the detail might be, please give us a call. We could use additional information if it's out there and would appreciate it. Thank you all very much.